Lauren was just simply a great person, and she's just so strong in her faith, and every day she just lived life to the fullest. And she was truly my idol just because she, did everything she could for other people, so caring, so loving, and she's just the type of person that I want to be.
Now, I would like to say, first of all, you guys, thank you for coming, but this has been a really hard week for our program and our whole community with this sudden and tragic loss of one of our athletes. But Lauren, more importantly, she was just the most kind, selfless, and loving person that I've ever met. And I think, going through her dorm room yesterday and helping her family pack it up and just finding little things that reiterated what a selfless and caring person she was. She always went above and beyond. She always wanted to find out what she could do to better herself. She was always thinking of other people, never talked bad about anybody. And I think she's forever changed our lives as a coaching staff and as a program and as a community. And we just are so thankful that we even got to have the little time we did with her. And our team, they're suffering as well, but they're so strong. They've come together as a family, and more importantly, they didn't just lose a teammate, they lost a sister. And that's been the hardest part. But I think they're rallying together as a family, and they've decided to dedicate tomorrow's meet as well as this whole season to Lauren.
Coach, could you just describe the sequence of events? Were you when you found out Lauren was feeling well, and then was the initial shock?
Yeah, on Monday she was at practice just like a normal day. Nothing was wrong that we saw. Nothing was wrong that she would ever say. I know in the middle of the night she started feeling sick. She was taken to the emergency room to seek medical care. She was sent back to her dorm for the day to rest. Earlier in the afternoon, about noonish, I was in a meeting and I got called out of my meeting saying that something was wrong with Lauren. So, we all kind of, what's going on. All we heard was that she was in cardiac arrest and was to be taken to the hospital. So me and my assistant coach, we rushed over to the hospital. We waited in the waiting room for someone to give us information, and the chaplain and the ER doctor came in and said, we tried everything, but she died.
Sydney, being from Georgia and Southwest Dakota yourself, how long have you known Lauren, and how instrumental were you in helping her to get to Oregon?
I have known Lauren ever since she was 7 years old. We started at the same cheerleading gym together, where we learned all of our skills together and basically grew into the great people, the great person that she is today. And I say that coming into Oregon, I kind of was able to show her what the sport was about and just really open up an avenue and show her like all the opportunities that was here for her. And so just coming here, I know she was really excited about the program that we had here. So with seeing me, I would say that it was definitely an opportunity for her, and she ran with it and she did everything she could to get here. And she wanted to be here full-heartedly, and she made her dream come true.
Her mom yesterday said to us that she had been wanting to come to Oregon since the 8th grade. And this was her dream school, and when Sydney came here, it was just kind of icing on the cake.
You talked about how difficult it was to clear out your dorm room. Just kind of tell me about how overwhelming that must have been, because I imagine it brought a lot of finality.
Yeah, this whole week has been tough, and there's so many aspects of it that you never anticipate going through or feeling emotions. But I think the goal for me and my staff was just to be supportive to the family and whatever would be helpful for them in the grieving process and in dealing with this and getting things taken care of here in Oregon. We wanted to do. So, we just helped as much as we could. It was hard, but we are just glad we could be there for support for them mostly.
You said you found things that told you
about. Lauren was such a selfless person, and we had a team dinner the other night in remembrance of her and a candlelit dinner, so it was really nice for us as a staff. You know, as coaches, we only see so much of our players, and we don't see all the behind-the-scenes aspects of them and their friendships every day that we would like to see. So hearing some of the athletes' stories of, you know, just little things like Lauren lived in Barnhart Dorm, and she would wait in the lobby for some of our athletes to come home every day just to greet them and say, you know, hey, how was your day? You know, it's great to see you. You know, how, you know, just that light that she was. And then yesterday, you know, looking through the dorm and packing things up, she had actually made a sign for Sydney for tomorrow's meet. And this must have been, you know, weeks in advance, because this was already, you know, a few days out from the meet, of her number that she was going to surprise her with and have some fans hold up. But just the thought that she would even think of somebody else and plan that far in advance to set something up nice for someone just kind of reaffirmed what kind of person she was. And then, you know, on her wall, something that our team I know is going to hold tight was a sign that said, I don't know the exact words, but something like, let your weeping cease, everything's in God's hands. And so our team I know wants to keep that sign and put it in our locker room forever.
You know, Lauren was so like excited to have that sign made for me. She didn't want to tell me what it was, but she would just come up to me and go, I'm so excited for the meet, and I can't wait till you see, but I have something really big planned. And I was like, oh my God, Lauren, you're making me really anxious. So she's just so sweet about doing little stuff like that and just going above and beyond for the professional stuff.
She made my assistant coach and I a beanie. She hand knit a beanie for us, so we have that to keep of her during Christmas time, and she would just always be making things. You know, she told one of our players, I guess she shares a locker with one of our athletes, a senior, and she's just a freshman, obviously, and she accidentally wore her shoes instead of her own shoes, Lauren did. And, you know, when they came back, I guess, you know, the exchange was kind of like, you know, Lauren, did you borrow my shoes? And she's like, I'm so sorry. She goes, but honestly, this one has a scratch on it, and you deserve better than that, you know. And she wanted to give her shoes because they were cleaner. Just shows what type of person she was. Like, I just can't say enough about what a great kid she was. Always smiling, always positive. No matter how hard you were being on her, she had a smile on her face and wanted to represent this program well at all times.
Another story with her locker mate, she since she knew she was a freshman, sharing the locker with a senior, there's this big portion in it, and then up top is just this little small section. And so she would let her locker mate have the huge section, and she would just stuff her stuff in the top and just be so caring and understanding to allow her to have this opportunity, knowing it was her last year, and that didn't phase her at all. She wanted to do nice things like that for her.
You had a chance to, you know, see her mom and her family. You know, the person that she was this really indicative of her mom as well? Is that the same person her mom was?
Yeah, her mom, this was actually the first time I had met her family, and they were great people. Very kind and calm and understanding and loving. We're very grateful for everything we had done in her experience here. She said Lauren always spoke very highly of her experience here. Her family is great, and I think that's exactly why they had a great daughter.
Coach, any specific plans for tomorrow night before the meet? Maybe a moment of silence or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our team, we've kind of been brainstorming of what would be most honoring to Lauren and how can we do that in what ways. We're definitely going to have a moment of silence. Our team had shirts made that say Jones 51, and it says gone but never forgotten on them in neon yellow, which was her favorite color. So our team will be wearing those. I know our department has made other shirts for her. Sydney, who, you know, was closest to her since a young child, is actually going to be wearing her jersey. So that will be for her as well. We have patches on our jerseys that got made. It says LJ for Lauren Jones. So everybody will have a patch on their jersey. We're trying to do everything we can to honor her tomorrow at our meet and for the rest of the season.
Did she have a favorite routine or song that you guys
You mean like something that we would compete, or is this like a personal song or routine, or?
Yeah. Was it?
She was always dancing. I know that yesterday.
Yes,
you guys were showing videos, right, to her mom?
Yeah, actually, I have a really funny video of her dancing to one of the Beyonce songs, the Single Ladies, and she would stand in front of the TV and try really hard to learn all the dances, and we would do it together, and one dad just taught her dances to that, so that's like one of her favorite things, Beyonce.
Cindy, there have been multiple mentions about kind of dedicating this season to Lauren. What does that mean for you and for your team? How does that change things, I guess, for you when you have her in the back of your mind?
It definitely drives us to be better because we knew that Lauren would want us to go out there and compete to the best of our abilities and do everything, as good as we can. So it definitely gives us lots of motivation, considering that, this would have been her first meet coming up tomorrow. So we just want to make sure that, we honor her and we're doing everything we can to make sure that it's a great one.
How is she progressing through the program?
Lauren was extremely talented. She came in, and anything we asked, she could do. And even she had a few minor injuries, a wrist and a finger here and there throughout the season. But she would come back from any time off and pick up exactly where she left off, never backtracked. Anything we asked her to do, she could do. So I think her future here was very, very promising. Very talented athlete, very good person, and more importantly, especially as the new head coach of this program, I don't just want to create really talented athletes, I want to create really good people. And she was one of those with good character and good integrity and, again, selfless, loving, caring, all these things. So she really was a great representation of what we want our program to be about.
Sydney, can you describe what your last interaction with Lauren were like?
Yeah, I remember our last interactions. They were very memorable for us. We spent the weekend together, and we basically just did anything we wanted. We would ride the bus places, just hang out and talk and just spend all day. And we went to Yoga Extreme, which was a yoga place. But we sat there and we just talked for just 2-3 hours, just talking about anything and everything, taking pictures on our computer. She has a couple funny pictures of us, so that was the last really great moment.
Was that just this last weekend?
It was a couple of weekends ago.
One of my friends told me that she would do anything that she could do to make someone not feel sad. Do you have any specific memories that when she really lit up someone's day or really made their day?
I mean, you can speak probably more from a friend, but even as a coach, like I said, any day she'd come in, she'd be so happy, and she would come in our office for a meeting or anything, and didn't matter what mood we were in, she was always, "Hey coach, how was your day? It's great to see you, I'm having a good day," and just that really vibrant personality. So for me, every day she made a good day. In any circumstance, she made a good circumstance.
I know from all of her friends that were in the dorm and the teammates, they just, like Coach Chelsea said, they just loved seeing her when they walked in and just greeting her. And there's been a couple of times where we would ride the elevator together, and she just wanted to speak to everyone that was on the elevator and just hold conversations and just meet everyone she possibly could. So.
Is it a one-time thing, Sydney, wearing number 51, or are you doing that the rest of the year?
I'm going to wear it just for the meet tomorrow, and then we're going to retire her jersey.
What kind of honor is that to be able to compete in Lauren's jersey?
It's a really great one, just because Lauren was just such an awesome tumbler, and I knew that she would want me to do the best that I possibly could out there on the floor. So it just means a lot to me to just have her with me.
Anything further?
Have you heard about the Lane County thing today about getting everybody immunizations on campus? Thoughts on that?
I know campus is doing everything they can to take care of people on precautionary things. Our whole team has already been treated last week, right after this happened, in precautionary that this might be the outcome. So, our team has done everything we can on our end, but I know campus is doing everything they can as well to protect other students, as well as even some of our athletes have gone and got that vaccine on top of the treatment we already received. So I think the university has done a great job of providing not only vaccinations and resources, but also, counseling and therapists and grieving meetings for people to attend, and candlelight services and everything for the normal population, but also for our team to participate in, which I think has been great. The support from the staff and the faculty and the community has been unbelievable.
Coach, this is your second year coaching. It's a young coaching career. How did you ever prepare yourself after hearing this news to be a coach of a team after something like this and lead? And what did you do to prepare yourself after?
There's no way to prepare yourself for a tragedy like this, and I never expected in my whole coaching career that I would have to deal with the death of an athlete, let alone my second year as a head coach. So it's been definitely, I think it's going to be an emotional, roller coaster as we transition and grieve, but I'm just trying to be a strong leader for my team and for this program, and to keep everybody together as the family that we are and the tight-knit community that we have, to keep doing this and to honor her. And that's what's getting me through is how can I honor Lauren? How can I honor this team? How can I honor this school? And keep being the leader for my team to follow.
The Acrobatics and Tumbling community is obviously pretty close-knit. What other head coaches or other teams, programs, who have you heard from? And kind of messages that kind of helped you through that initial phase?
Yeah, the NCATA, the National Collegiate Acrobatics and Tumbling Association, has been phenomenal with their support. Every single coach, I think, has reached out to either me or my assistant coach or my kids. I know Fairmont State Acrobatics and Tumbling program just had a practice the other day, had a moment of silence for Lauren, as well as everybody came in Oregon clothes to just honor us and our program and Lauren specifically. So we've definitely got a really great outreach from everybody, and we feel really, really supported. And I actually just heard yesterday that the organization is also making patches for every athlete in the organization to wear for Lauren. So